All right, guys, hello. I am so excited to kick off the call with you guys tonight. So as you guys know, over the 6-week process, every Thursday we have our Achievers call with you guys to kind of recap the week. And tonight we are going to be recapping Social Media 101, Instagram stories, follow-ups, objections, and really what you guys should be doing on a daily basis. So I'm going to kick this off, and I'm going to do a screen share with you guys because I have to make sure that you guys know that we have a workbook that you should be following along with. Does everybody know, or raise your hand, let's do a poll. Do you know that we have a week 1 workbook that you should be following? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right, this is pretty good. It's not too bad. Yay, yay. Okay, yeah, I like to celebrate over here. Okay. Great. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go through the workbook so that everybody understands why and what you guys should be doing. And then know that next week, I should probably have another one done by Saturday, I'm hoping. You guys will have another workbook. And again, it's going to be the topics that we're going to be covering next week. So every week we're kind of layering on these topics for you and getting a little bit more in depth, okay? Know that in the group, there is a units section. So if you've not gone or found the units section yet in the group page, please go and check that out because Facebook does not show all of our trainings. They do not show all of the posts. And as we get going, you can get really jumbled up in there and you can miss important information or just feel like you're not being very productive. The unit section is organized for you based on different topics that we're talking about. So if you're like, I need something on Instagram, or I'm looking for an objections, or how did I explain challenge groups again, that's where you're gonna find that information really readily available. Okay, so just kind of a reminder on that. All right, so let me share with you guys. Give me a second here, I do have it ready. Okay, so this is the week 1 workbook. Hopefully you guys have all seen the goals. I know that I did get a question today from one of my coaches, you know, what happens if you don't achieve a goal by a certain time? Look, this is your business. So we set this up for you to achieve success, for you to be able to reach the 1% in a relatively reasonable worth of time for somebody that is willing to follow directions and go all in on this. And you'll see that people that are following directions, this is happening. Now, we're not going to kick you out of the group if you don't achieve your goals. You're just not going to win the prizes and you're not going to earn the vacations. So it's not a penalizing system. It's all about positivity. It's all about reinforcing the activities. And they're going to talk about this more with you guys a little bit later on. But at this point, it's not about getting all of these yeses right now. It's about you consistently taking action on all of these things. Okay? All right. So there's the goals. You guys hopefully saw that. Emerald tracker, guys, a normal coach who's not a high achiever should be hitting Emerald within the first 2 weeks of their business, okay? 30 days max. Being the fact you guys are in this group, this is something that you guys should accomplish within the first 2 weeks, okay? Diamond tracker. Now, diamond is something that a lot of coaches accomplish within 60 to 90 days within their business. So we have you guys on a track that's roughly around 6-7 weeks, a little leeway because we've kind of been like started a little bit slower for you guys. So again, something that's completely achievable because you guys are high achievers. Make this your goal. You know, make your time in this group completely worth it and challenge yourselves. All right. So there's your little diamond bubble. Lindsay did an awesome layout of this, explaining this in the group. So search for her diamond bubble as well. And then here's the checklist. So your welcome email. This is all things you guys all should have done. Posting your new coach announcements, watching Nicolette's video on how you turn that announcement using the Unfold app, using the success trackers, right? Posting different workout videos. So at this point in your training, we're kind of like have training wheels on your business for you, okay? We're telling you what kind of post to create because of different reasonings. As we move forward, it's going to become a little bit more on you. It's going to be, okay, now here's the avatar assignment that you did. You need to do it in a post speaking to your avatar, all right? So I just kind of want to share with you guys what to expect as we go forward and why we're having you guys do the posts that we're having you guys do, because you're going to be repeating these kind of posts over and over and over again. Really understanding who your story is, really using your stories, posting your video clips. So get in the habit of doing these things that we're sharing with you guys. Watching a video on social media 101. Again, all of this stuff is in the pages for you guys. Go into the unit section to find out that information. But if you want something to keep yourself on track, to be like, okay, what should I do today? This is something that you should be doing, all right? This we did on last week's call, okay? This is the networking flow. If you want to learn how to have people coming to you so that you're pulling people towards you, right? You're that magnet when it comes to business. This is one of the reasons why we do this. So creating your Instagram posts, focusing on your polls, following new people that are in your niche, building that community within niches, so important. If you're posting right now and you're not getting a lot of engagement back, go into your niche, go into where your people are and start commenting on other people's comments, okay? What you give is what you're gonna get back, all right? And it's all about being social on social media. And so this is why we have this networking flow for you guys, so that it's gonna build your audience for you. You're gonna get a lot of more people coming towards you, all right? And we went over that last week, so here's a couple of those for you. And then this, really important, you can use the success tracker that is in all of our trainings for you to get started, or if you're looking for something a little bit more simple to build your business, this is the Power Pockets. And I print this off, so it's right here. And what I do is I go through this stuff and I get this stuff done. So I am home by myself all day. I have all school age kids. I literally have all the time in the world, okay? But just because I have all the time does not mean that I'm always productive with all my time, okay? So I use a tracker even to this day to make sure that I'm doing the business building activities. Because if you don't, and many of you guys will find, you might spend time scrolling social media or watching people's stories or thinking about what kind of post am I gonna do next, and it takes a half an hour, and then you're like, okay, I'm spending all of this time, but where is my reward? Your reward is going to come from doing these activities here, okay? So make sure that you're staying focused on this. Just like the job that you show up to on an everyday job, there's things that you have to do, right? You don't leave your job until those things you do. This is the same thing, okay? So we say, like, don't fire yourself as a CEO. Don't leave these to do things undone, because this here is really what we're focusing on right now, is this consistency in these activities. And so, and the girls will talk about this in a little bit more about that. I'm not gonna go into all that with them. And then this last page here is just like a contact list, because as you're meeting new people and new people are showing up on your stories and you're engaging with them and they start talking to you, you're gonna have your list here. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that this was available for you guys, and a really simple tracker for you to be able to follow. Next week, like I said, Saturday, I'll probably be posting another one, but look for this every week so you can get into the habit of what to expect. And I think I am turning this over to Hal, right? Holly?
Yes, I am here. Hi, guys. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was objections. So I'm just going to hit on like a couple little things. And really, I want you guys also, that's kind of the point of this call, really. We want to be able to jump in, hit on a few things, but then give you guys the opportunity to ask us questions, because we want to hear what's going on with your business. So first, objections. So I know that Jess hopped on live in the group. If you have not watched that quick live video, watch it. But in general, if you guys are getting objections, that's a good thing. Objections, ghosting, it all comes with this business. So because you're in this High Achievers Academy and you guys have seen things like the business activity tracker where it literally says like invite 5 people a day. We're not inviting 5 people a day, right? We're inviting 10 times that, right? And so that means you're going to get 10 times the objections. And so know that, and know that all of those objections, I know it sounds so like, I was like, oh, I don't want to hear this again. But you're like planting seeds. It's like, great. Just give me a yes. So I feel like I'm moving my business forward. But it is so true. I know those of you who are in here, you probably didn't just like see your upline like for 5 minutes or have her send you one message. You're like, yeah, sure, I'll join you. Like, no, you have watched them. They have been messaging you. There have been follow-ups, all of that. So just kind of remember that as well when you are messaging and you're starting those conversations with people, that this is just the beginning. And it's also why it's so, so important to work in that warm market. I've watched so many people come in this business and be like, oh, like, this is great. I'll just use Instagram and I'll just find some people that look great. And I've never really spoken to them before, but they'll just buy from me. Forming those relationships, again, it takes time. Your warm market, they already know you. They already trust you and they want to support you in building a business. And I try to tell my coaches that too. When you're talking to that warm market, like, think of this as if you had started that brick and mortar business. If you started a restaurant, you would invite them to come eat dinner there. And that's what this is. So don't be afraid to say, hey, I started my own business. This is way outside my comfort zone. I'm super excited. And your support would mean so much to me. Those are the people who are going to say yes in month 1, month 2, month 3. As those other people, your colder market, are watching you and learning to trust you. So really the point is, objections come with the territory. And we all still get them. All of us still get objections, but we know that we're having these conversations or forming these relationships, and down the road, those people are going to be our next customers and our next rockstar coaches. Also, any objections you're getting, write them down and start addressing them publicly. So I posted the video in there. It wasn't a live, but it was a training video that I did about addressing objections before you actually get them. So meaning, like, in your stories, if people are saying, oh, like, I don't want to do another diet shake, or I eat real food, or whatever those objections are, start talking about that live. So, you know, you can be like, I was totally the girl who was like, I eat real food. And then I realized XYZ, right? Combat people's objections publicly. Or I never thought I would start like an online business. I thought this was such a scam, and I can't believe how it's changing my life already, and da 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 da. So you can talk about these things and address them publicly. And then when you do go to invite people, those objections have kind of already been taken care of. And the sooner you start doing that, the easier it's going to be as you invite more and more people. And of course, that also goes with consistently posting. So, I mean, that should really go without saying. Every single day, you should be posting at least once, like on your feed. So I would suggest Facebook and Instagram. Do both. You can pick one platform to really focus on as like your main platform. But if you have both and you're not utilizing both, you're just leaving those people out. I've watched too many coaches say, again, this is out of fear, that they're not going to utilize Facebook. They're only going to utilize Instagram. And that's because Facebook is kind of where like their real friends and family live, like the people they really know. And Instagram's more like, oh, well, it's okay. Like, they won't judge me as harshly, right? The fears over on Facebook, those are also going to be your first customers and your first coaches. So don't be afraid to post both places and post every single day, show up every single day. And same thing in stories. So I would suggest posting at least, I tell my coaches 9 to 10 stories per day. Sounds like a lot, right? But if you think of it, if you're posting 3 different times a day, so morning, afternoon, evening, or even if you're working, you can post morning, like dinner time, and then later evening, right now, 3 times a day. So you continually like move your little circle to the front and people keep seeing your story up in the front. That's like 3 clips each of those times, which is like 45 seconds. It is nothing. And if one of those times, if your morning is you working out, like 3 clips of you working out, that means you literally only have 6 other clips. Like you have a minute and a half left of content to do on your stories. It's nothing. It's nothing. If you go on to combat an objection publicly, like as you're making your shake, like, oh my gosh, like thank goodness for my shake this morning. It is saving me from like picking up Starbucks, or like, here's my pumpkin spice latte, how I'm making it. That'll be 4 clips like before you know it. It's so fast. So I would say make sure you're showing up on stories every day. I suggest 9 to 10 stories a day. Now, again, if you are someone who's never done a story before, maybe that feels like a lot and it feels disingenuous. But as you just share your life, like it'll become so much easier. So make sure you're doing stories and within your feed. Make sure that your stories are connected. So your Instagram is connected to your Facebook account. And I know Nicolette's going to get into Instagram basics and all of that. There are different account types. So I'll let her kind of get into that too. But the different account types will allow you to either connect to a personal Facebook page or to a business Facebook page, depending on which account you're utilizing more. And then lastly, just really quickly, make sure that you are following up with people. So, you know, when people are saying like, oh, I'm getting ghosted, like my nightmare is looking at my phone and having it just be like me, like, hey, want to join my challenge group? Hey, just following up. Hey, want to join? Want to join? Hey. And like no response from them. And you're like, oh my gosh, I am that horrible salesperson, right? Like I'm the now annoying person. I don't want to be that person. So what I like to do for follow-up, because follow-up is the key. Like it is going to take you on average, 7 to 10 times of connecting or touching someone before they decide to purchase from you. That's just like the normal sales statistic across all of the sales industry. So because I really don't just want to have the thread with like me messaging them and no response, I like to give them what I call like a way out. And in the beginning, I was like, gosh, is this a good or bad thing? And like, I absolutely love it now. So if it is the Sunday night before a challenge group's about to start, I message them and I say, hey, I know we previously talked about you joining like one of my health and fit clubs. I have your spot saved for you. We start tomorrow. If you're not going to be able to join us tomorrow, let me know. I have other people waiting for your spot. So this puts the pressure on them to at least respond. And if they say, oh my gosh, like I totally forgot, actually, this is not a good time for me. Awesome. Like no problem. Totally get it. I'm going to be running another one next month. Can I follow up with you then? And they're like, yeah, sure. I was always worried, like, if I give them that way out, is it like an easy? No, they weren't going to buy from me anyway. They're just going to continue ghosting me. Now I have an answer from them. Now we have a conversation started again. Now I can be like, awesome, I'll follow up with you next month. I have the okay to follow up with them. And then I can talk about something else. Hey, how was that vacation? Hey, how to go back to school work for your kids? We can go back to normal conversation. Oh, nice. I'm not just that salesperson. And then I can go back and follow up or invite them to the group the next month a little bit later. So that follow-up is so, so key. If you guys have those $10 promo codes, that's another thing. Hey, listen, I've only got 3 of these. I have it saved for you. If you're not gonna be able to use it, just let me know. I'll pass it on. No big deal, right? You're taking the pressure off them. Now they're not like, oh, they're my friend, but I don't really want to do this. So I'm just gonna kind of act like I'm not seeing it, right? So take the pressure off them, get an answer, continue conversation like you're normal people. Like it's okay if they say no, just tell me no. So make sure that you are really doing those follow-ups, tracking those follow-ups as well is going to be huge. So find a tracking system that you like. I started with pen and paper. I now use Google Streak. There's all different things, but make it easy on you. Write down your invites, write down your follow-ups, and then write down who you're going to be, again, following up with next month. So that is it for me. Who is up next? Sorry, guys.
Hey, guys. Okay, so I am going to go over some just social media basics, some Instagram basics. I have a couple of sheets here. I'm going to screen share. I know that a lot of you might be new to being so present on social media, but guess what? You have a social media business, so it is important to treat your Facebook and your Instagram as if you're going into work every single day. So I'm going to screen share here. Let me grab the right screen. So here are some quick sheets that you can use to kind of audit yourself on both your Facebook or your Instagram. And then obviously the one on the right is more towards Instagram stories. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that you're posting every single day without fail, once a day, 7 times a week. That's not a lot, you guys. And the thing is, like, sharing a Facebook memory from 12 years ago about how cute your nephew was doesn't count, okay? That's just an easy one. But you want to post intentionally to educate, empower, entertain, create curiosity about what you're doing in your new lifestyle with your coaching business, so on and so forth. And it doesn't just have to be health, fitness, beach body coaching. It's your color wheel. It's your passions. It's things that you can just kind of, tips that you can drop that your particular audience are going to really enjoy. So posting 7 times a week, that's how I want you to think about it. Like, don't be like, oh my God, once a week, it's 7 times a week. That's it. And you can pre-plan. Yes, you may. Next, you want to make sure that you're showing your workouts every day. It doesn't have to be in a post, but you're sharing them in your stories. Maybe once a week, that can just be a super easy post where you do just several snippets of your workout video. Dude, our workouts are interesting. Like, they're interesting. Morning Meltdown is crazy fun. So do some snippets of that and people are gonna be like, whoa, did you see what she's doing? Like those cool moves, like the Braveheart one. Like, it's fun. Share those workouts, maybe a post once a week and then every single day in your stories. That's gonna just gauge interest without you even having to say a whole lot. Next, you wanna make sure that you're, portraying your color wheel, which basically means hobbies and passions outside of Beachbody. I'm pretty sure we all have a color wheel training and our new coach mentorships, but obviously we've got family, we've got fitness, we've got nutrition, but like, what else? Okay, every coach has family, fitness, and nutrition, but like, what else do you have that makes you you and makes you super relatable? And when somebody goes to your profile, they should immediately see, like, if you picture your Instagram top 9, in that top 9, they should see, like, boom, there is something in particular that I could relate to this person on that's different from other people. And it's also a good habit, now I'm down to number 4, to have at least one live video or IGTV present in your social media within the past week. Guys, on Facebook, the best way to get engagement is just go live. Oh, I wish I could just share my first live video. It was so bad and so awkward and I looked so terrible. But I pushed the button and literally I think I pushed it and I was like, oh my God, I pushed the live button. And like, nothing much else happened. But I was like, I'm overcoming this fear. I'm going live and I just did it. And that's it. So if you've never gone live, if that's a fear of yours, conquer it. Conquer the live fear. And IGTV, record your video, make it as nice as you want to, and then upload it. Share it as a post, and then share it into your stories. And you're getting triple views on one post on Instagram. That's triple the amount of engagement, and Instagram loves video right now, okay? Next, you wanna make sure you're going live, or you're sharing in stories, Holly hit on this, at least like 9 times a day. And it might sound like a lot. Honestly though, just share the flow of your day. That's it. Just your morning routine. You're pouring your Shakeology. Your kids are running around. Just little snippets. You don't have to be on your phone like recording your whole entire day. Like, just boom. It takes 15 seconds. Okay. So morning routine, some sort of product curiosity. If you've got Shakeology, you want to boomerang that bad boy, or take like a backwards pour spill of it on Instagram, something. And just, oh my gosh, I love having dessert for breakfast. So you get those messages being like, well, what is it? What's the recipe? Create curiosity around every single product that you're using. Share your workouts in your stories. Share nutrition tips. Snap a pic of your plate. Just your lifestyle as you're going to walk to pick up your kids, like whatever it is. You just show the flow of your day. And all in all, like, I story a lot. I'm obsessed with stories, and probably it takes less than, like, to watch my stories, it's like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and that's it. That means it took me about 10 minutes to do this huge flow of stories, it's nothing. It's nothing, but it's so powerful to connect with your audience, and they see your personality. They can connect with you 100 times more. And you guys, you can do so many soft invites in your stories throughout the day. It's crazy, through polls, just random questions, quizzes, things like that. And then you also have like the apps, like I shared the training to turn your coach announcement post into an actual story post. You can use apps like, Canva or Unfold to create really good professional stories, once a week, a couple times a week, whatever works for you. But showing up in your stories is key. Next, in your top 9, and I'm visual, so I always say top 9 on Instagram, but same with your Facebook. You want to make sure you have some sort of challenge group call to action invite. You want to make sure you have some sort of business invite. And there's always got to be transformations, you guys. We're a health and fitness business. If there's not transformations, people are going to go to your profile and be like, okay, so she's like a health and fitness coach, but like, I don't see any proof of anything when I first go to her profile. So make sure that your transformation is present, and someone else's even might be a great addition, but your journey is super important. Okay, so social audit, Instagram stories, and now I'm going to go over just a few IG basics. So if you're not searchable on Instagram, that's an issue. You have to make sure your Instagram is public, first of all. And second of all, if your Instagram handle is just like random characters or like, mama of whatever, your name is going to be your best bet for people being able to find you. Even like my own coaches that I've onboarded, and I know their names and I know who they are, I go to find them on Instagram and I'm like, why can't I find these people? This is so challenging. Make sure your handle is relevant to your first and last name. Add an underscore, add numbers at the end, but that's going to make you more searchable. People can find you easier. Next, you want to make sure that you know your niche. You know exactly who you're talking to. You can't talk to every single person. And Ashley Laughlin touched on this in her really just incredible training on how to write captions that convert. And you want to take good pictures, okay? If it's dark, if it's blurry, if people can't see you, it's not Instagram worthy, right? You guys, I know everyone wants a diva ring. We all want a diva ring. Find a window though, okay? Just get to a window, prop your phone up in that bad boy, or buy like a $12 tripod off of Amazon, and that's as simple as it is. Outside lighting is amazing to take good pictures, okay? Let's see, and then your bio. So I recently took this Instagram training, and it taught how to have just a brilliant bio. I know it's easy to be like, okay, well, I live in Tampa, Florida. I'm a mom of 2. I'm a health and fitness coach. Here's my Beachbody link. Guys, no. Your bio is an amazing spot for you to share, obviously, a little bit about who you are, what your lifestyle, life phase is, but what you can do for others. If somebody is going to follow you, they want to know what you can do for them, right? They're not just going to follow like another random mom who they don't know, whose profile is public, and they don't. But if somebody's like, I help fellow moms, fellow triplet mamas, lose the weight and gain their confidence, like, how fast would other triplet mamas be like, oh my gosh, I need to follow this person that's so relatable? So you want to make sure that your bio portrays what you can do for other people, like what your particular mission is. And you'll dive more into this as you get more into your new coach training. But don't just have like a stacked, bibliography of like, here's where I live, here's how old I am, here's how many kids I have, and here's my Beachbody link. And then you want to make sure you're using your link properly. Okay, nobody cares that you have a Beachbody shop. Don't put that there. We have Linktree or Top Link or whatever, where you can actually have people go fill out forms for your boot camp, to learn more about coaching, for your free group, to receive a sampler of Shakeology, whatever the case might be. But they allow you for free to create like a really great landing page for different forms that people can fill out. So that way they're not just clicking and maybe going to your profile, maybe not. You're actually collecting information and creating a list for people to follow up with. And then lastly, hashtags, okay? you want to use hashtags that are specific to the people that you want to talk to. You don't want to talk to other Beachbody coaches, so don't use Beachbody hashtags. You want to talk to people who are in your area, who are in your same life phase, who are, you know, who have the same struggles as you. I recently started, like, I stopped using hashtags because I was like, oh, I'm going to get shadow banned. But it's because I was copying and pasting the same big old hashtags in every single post, and that's a mistake. But you can increase your visibility a ton by using 15 to 30 hashtags in the comments of your own post. But you want to make sure that they're particular to you, your post, your niche market. And so I said that was the last thing. One more thing. When you have a business profile versus a personal profile on Instagram, the personal is great, okay? You can connect it to your personal Facebook page. But when you have a business profile, you get the Insights tool, which is a really amazing tool. So you can see on every single post how many saves you got. You can see how much reach you got according to the hashtags you're using. So you have the ability to say, okay, I posted these hashtags underneath this post and I only got like 300 reach or 30 reach or whatever the case. And then you could say, okay, so I'm going to now experiment with this group of hashtags, and here I got 5,000 reach. So having a business Instagram page actually gives you a lot more opportunity to test and experiment with hashtags, your reach, who's saving your post, who's liking your post, and how much impact the post is having versus just a personal page. So if you create just a quick business page on Facebook, you don't have to go work a business page or anything like that unless you want to. If you create a quick business page, then it's creator account. Okay, you can link them either way. But having that kind of insight on your Instagram is really powerful. So, okay, I think now it's time for Q&A because I just said a whole lot of stuff.
No, it was
I'm
awesome.
gonna jump in really quickly with the creator thing. Sorry. So a lot of you guys are asking about the creator page. So creator and business are very similar, except the creator account can be linked to a personal page. And just like Nicolette said, business account, you have to link to a business page on Facebook. So if you don't have a business page on Facebook and you're utilizing your personal page, which you should be, unless you somehow have some crazy, amazing business page you have been creating years and years of creating, you should be using your personal page. So you want to use the creator account so it can link your stories from your Instagram account to your personal Facebook page, but you'll still get those same insights that you get with a business page, if that makes sense to you guys. But there's no reason to have a personal Instagram account, like a personal account type for Instagram anymore. You either want it to be creator, which will link to personal Facebook page, or business, which will link to your business Facebook page. And either one is going to give you those insights.
I'm glad you said that, Holly. Okay, so, and then Emily said, how can I force IG to recognize my personal page? I've tried searching everywhere to get it to link to my personal and not my FB business. So I think that goes along with what you just said, right, Holly?
Yeah. So Emily, if you had a business account before, it keeps trying to reconnect to the business, I would say you uninstall and reinstall the app. I mean, literally, it's a weird thing going on in the app that it's not recognizing it. It should just pop up. What should pop up when you switch to creator, it should show your business and your personal and ask you to choose. So I would try uninstalling and reinstalling the app. And then Krista, how do you change to creator account? So if you go into your profile, you can physically see your squares, the top 3 bars, and then it's under my account. And then it'll say switch to business, switch to creator under your account settings. If you can only find business and personal options, if when you're in that bar and it says switch to business, switch to personal, that means you're already a creator. If that makes sense, Krista. So if it says switch to business, switch to personal, then you're already a creator account.
Perfect. And then some of you guys asked earlier in the call if you should be sending your trackers to your coach. Are you in the group? We have polls that Lindsay has each day scheduled, so you guys can just respond to those polls. And then if you want to send it to your coach, you can talk with your upline about that. But you should be able to respond to those polls each day too, and have that for your extra accountability. For Holly, Natalie says, objection question. What do you say to remind your sister-in-law she doesn't need more time to heal until the spring to join? She's okay. So Natalie is asking because her sister-in-law had a baby in February and says that she needs to heal still.
So I was like, what is she healing from? She's healing from having a baby. Well, that's easy for me because I'd be like, excuse me, I just had a baby. So obviously we're not doctors, but when I get women who are like, oh, like I'm not at that point. So first I'm like, okay, when are you, I'm still healing and my son is 4. So I'm like, okay, did you officially get clearance from your doctor? If so, like, I understand like weakened pelvic floor, like I would dig into it. So where are you feeling weaker? Do you feel, and most moms, it's either pelvic floor or core, diastasis recti, something like that. And then I dig into, okay, so awesome. So if it's pelvic floor, we really want to focus on, I really have them focus on, every program has a modifier. And so what we'll start with is keeping everything really low impact for you while we're working on strengthening the pelvic floor. Diastasis recti, I tell them the first thing we want to do, and the amazing thing about Beachbody On Demand is we literally have a video for diastasis recti that talks about how to help you start healing that. And then we also have a postpartum series. So if you're feeling like I'm just not sure, like I'm ready for any of these, awesome. Let's start you with the postpartum series, which is super basic, meant for newly postpartum moms. And then we'll build from there. And again, that's the beauty and On Demand. And so then we'll pick the next program that feels right. And you can even start with a modifier. After working that modifier, we'll step it up. Maybe we do that same program without a modifier. And then we can take it up to that next level. So I really focus on, first, what's the issue? Second, making sure they know that we have that postpartum series over there, and then that we have modifiers for everything, and then taking it up even more, and just that whole library catalog that we have. And if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. Like, people are always going to have excuses, but I just make sure that I kind of combat them as best as possible. So that's when I get my postpartum moms, that's how I'm talking to them and kind of walking them through, here's all the things available to you, and also making them see that value. Like, okay, so we're starting with this postpartum program, and then this, and then this. That means we are working together for months to help you regain your strength. Like, I'm asking for a $160 challenge pack, and now I'm telling you I'm going to work with you for months. That's crazy. So, yeah.
Yes, like so many times too. Like, I was just talking to a mom at school the other day, and she's like, oh, you do those like all the jumping videos and stuff. Like, she just thinks that like it's all insanity, So a lot of times, like, it's just like, like Holly's doing is just educating, them on it. And so a lot of times it's just people don't always understand that we're not just P90X or just the 21-day fix or whatever. They just kind of get this Beachbody thing in their mind, and then they go to that unless you tell them. And a lot of people wouldn't know that we have those types of videos on demand. So,
yeah. If that's your market, like if that's that's very much my market, that's my avatar. Again, addressing objections publicly, I'll do it in stories. And so I have done stories where I actually pull up especially while I was pregnant, I'll pull up Beachbody On Demand, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this postpartum series, and like scroll through just like the quick list of like workouts, but I'll video the scrolling and be like, it is amazing that I have videos for first trimester, second trimester, third trimester, newly postpartum, diastasis recti, and I'll call it out. And then I'll be like, so, while pregnant, whatever I was in, and they'd be like, and now postpartum, like, here's where I get to start. And showing people that, people are like, oh, like, it legit is like real programs. And I'm like, and there's different trainers who do them. And so and that's huge. So really addressing those objections again publicly has been huge for me. And like Jess said, everyone thinks it's just these jumping workouts. So sometimes I make sure I always talk about modifiers. When you're showing your workouts, like I pick a focus for like every workout video. So like maybe one day it's about like, these are 20 to 30 minute workouts and they're fast, but another day can be about the modifier. And so I can be like, I'm 4 weeks postpartum. This entire program, I followed the modifier. I've done workout videos where I'll show me doing the normal one and then me holding my son and modifying while holding a baby. Same program, here's the modifiers. So I'm combating people's objections through my workout videos. So like literally every day I combat objections publicly. And so that's going to go a long way too. And like your sister-in-law being like, I need to heal when you're physically showing how you're doing it and how others are doing it.
Yeah. Love that, Halls. Olivia, which FB groups do we add people to when they sign up as challengers and which ones when they're coaches? Challengers can go to our wellness group that we are doing on the 16th. And coaches, every upline here has, their own training that they're doing. And so just we actually just talked about this in the chat, I think today. So everybody's kind of got this own thing that they can go through on websites or different stuff. So just ask your upline which exactly they use for that.
Yeah. Olivia, I think Olivia's my coach. Olivia, just send the welcome email that I sent you. Just send them that welcome email. They get access to everything in that welcome email. So just send them that.
There you go. Do we have any other questions, you guys? I didn't see any other questions in the chat. And then I think Ash, are we doing anything else beyond this? I'm so tired. I'm going to bed. No. Is that a no? I can't remember. Maybe.
Sorry. No, I don't think that, no, we don't have all of the recognition, so I'll post it.
Okay, that sounds great. So do you guys have any other questions before we go at all? If you do, you can just unmute yourself and ask or put it in the chat. Yes, there we go. Good call. I missed that one. Okay, awesome. Well, guys, we wanted to make sure that we keep this within 45 minutes. So there we go. You guys are doing great. If you need a pep talk, make sure you go back and look at that live that I did. If don't blow it off, because at some point you're gonna want some encouragement anyway. So check that out and just know that we got your back and we're here for you. And we are like so stinking excited and proud of you guys, and everything that you're doing with this is so great. And every time you hear a no, we're right there with you. We hear no's all the time. And every time you hear a no, you just remember those are seeds planted and you're getting closer to that yes. So thanks you guys for being on. I'm glad that we had this time together, and check in the group. All right. Thanks guys. Have a wonderful night.